Hello again, and here we go with our second video in Chapter 4. And what we're doing now is we are taking decimals on this page and we're turning them into fractions. So the first answer there, if I were to number this one, number 1, 2, and 3, number 1 there, the way to do this, you can do it with a calculator, and I'll show you how to do that in class. But what I would like you to see is that this value right there is 1/10,000. That's in the 1,000ths place. So you just write down this number, 876, with a denominator of this place value, 1,000. Take a look at number 2. What's this place value? Hundredths. So you put the hundredths in the denominator. Now remember, the 56 is a whole value, so it goes up front. So you got 56 and 23 100ths. Right there, easy, hopefully. Number 3, 10 100,000 10,000ths. So there's your denominator. That's a whole number, so it's 1. And that number over 10,000. Voila, you got it. Easy. So hopefully you can at least write that. Now you will notice that a couple of these fractions could be simplified, which you will need to be able to do that. But what I'm looking for here is that you can at least get the first fraction, if you have to, just by being able to say the place values. Well, on the previous slide, we did a couple of decimals, and I threw a couple more in at you right here. So I can go through this quickly. I hope you got, remember, whatever value is on the far right will go into this place value, and you fill in the numbers right there. So there's the 10th place. So the 7 goes in the 10th place, and then you just got to put the decimal there because you know that's the tenths, I hope, and then put the whole number in front, whatever is in front of that. So this number on the bottom, this 7 is going to go in the 10,000ths place. So you are going to count out 10, 100, 1,000, there it is, 10,000ths. And then you just write down the numbers. 7601321, and there you have 12 and 3,076 10,000ths there. Well, let's talk about greater than, less than, because you will need to be able to order values. We did this earlier with just regular numbers, so you learn the signs. So we'll apply the same rules. Remember, the alligator mouth eats the bigger number. It's the easiest way to remember that, probably. Well, notice on the first one, here's number 1, here's number 2. The whole numbers are the same. It's 2 and 2. That's just a little mark I made right there. It's not a 12. Okay, so here you have 3 decimal places, but here you only have 1. So to be able to tell which one is greater than, you have to create the same number of place values. And you see there's 100, there's 109. So the number on the left is the greater value. And so you will place the sign that says greater than. Like I said, since it's greater than, the teeth of the alligator will advance that way. Number 2, the same thing kind of happens. You got 1, 2, 3 place values, so you need 1, 2, 3. You got to put in a 0 there. 90 is less than 108. That's how you would go ahead and answer that question right there. So ordering decimals for you. Okay, so then we need to move on and start talking about rounding. The first one says round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so remember what we do here? We identify what's in the place value we need. Here we need the tenths, and we look to the right. That's a 7. That's greater than 5. Therefore, that is going to bump up to a 4. 4 tenths, nearest tenth. You have it. Take a look at this one. Number 2, we're rounding this to the nearest 100. Okay, 10th, 100th is here. So we're going to look over here. That's a 5, that's a 4. So that's telling me this value has to go up. Okay, and this part will get cut off. And you have 72 and 25 100ths. This would be a great place to hit pause, do the rest of them, see if you get them right. And I'll flash the answers up here in just a second. All right, hopefully that worked out for you. But here are the answers to the last few here. And this one at the bottom, sorry about that, it got cut off a little bit. You could have 0.4, or if you want to say 0.40, either one of those is fine. Did you get number 4 right? You're rounding this to the nearest tenth. Don't be afraid of that 0. Follow the same rules. Okay, start here, look here. Okay, this 8 is irrelevant to that problem right there. So 0.0, or you could just say 0 is fine. It's the same thing. There. Okay, so moving right along, here's where it's kind of nice. We're not going to, I'm not going to spend time making you do longhand addition and subtraction when we now have our calculators with decimals. So if you were in a position, the reason I put this slide in here, if you did have to actually work one of these out without a calculator, the key thing is that you line up the decimal value and then you work from the right to the left. You just add or subtract straight down as you go. So that is section 4.2, and I think I'm going to pause that. It's a shorter video, but then I'll be able to pick up with solving and multiplying and watch you get quite a bit done in the next video there for you. So hopefully that helps you out, and we'll talk to you soon.